Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video that I came across about pop-color people always want to take credit for everything, and that is true. You know, they always want to be in the center of everything. I mean, they also want everything to be about them, even when it is not about them. They will look for a way to fix themselves in there just for it to be about them, you know. So they always want to take credit for anything, but the only thing they do not want to take responsibility for is just their own right decision, right? And that is them. And the truth is that there is something that scares them so much about anything that got to do with race. Like anytime you want to talk about race with them, that way scares them, that works them up, that gets them annoyed, it gets them really pissed. Because I have tried having conversation with some people around me, and it was hard to have conversations with them. And I am like, it's not my fault if you don't want to talk about it. Like, you know, if you don't want to, all the time they want to bring out about it, they want to bring up the conversation. But when you start giving them points and all that, they get so angry and get worked up and do not want to, like, you know, take accountability or take responsibility for whatever that has happened and all that. But that is not my problem, you know. It is your problem and all that. And there is also something, they are usually very dishonest when it comes to this. Like, you know what? Let's get into this.
White folks tend to take credit for everything except their own damn racism. Yeah, it's a cultural thing. It's what we do best. Nothing scares a white person more than a simple, honest conversation about race. And believe me, I know this to be true. You can even look at how many white people are following me on my social media. Where are they? They have scattered like little white cockroaches. They've just disappeared. The very few white people that follow me on social media, they're out there. Thank God there's a few of them that have learned and grown over the years and that are in fellowship with me. And it's a good thing, you know, in spirit, in this fight for racial justice. But it's just amazing. All you got to do is look at, and my message is for white people, but look at how many white people are actually in my social media, commenting, following, active. Very, very few. It's the same way in my life. I have lost, God, so many close and dear white friends and family. When I say family, I'm talking about close family members that that we don't speak anymore. You know, same thing with my good friends that I've lost. Kids, white friends, dear white friends I grew up with all throughout elementary, middle school, high school, white friends that I worked with in the past. They will not speak to me. I reach out to them, they ghost me. So it's incredible when you have an open and honest, you can just have a challenge. I dare any of you guys just to go out to your white friends, okay? And just have a simple, open, honest conversation about race. They can't do it. White people can't have an open, honest, 90% of them cannot do it, you know, because we're colonizers. We just don't have the capacity to have an open conversation about race, because if we do that, then we're acknowledging that we're racist, and we're acknowledging that we're dirty and foul. And most white people don't have the capacity to do that. They've been taught to think of white people as pure and good and great and angelic and honest and, you know, moral and outstanding citizens. Bullshit. Most white people are fucking racist. And if they're not overtly racist, they're covertly racist by their silence, their compliance, their complacency, their apathy. Yeah, you might use the N-word, but you could give a fuck about what happens to your brown, black, and indigenous brothers and sisters. You don't give a fuck. Most white people, I could dare to say, don't even know who Emmett Till is. Don't even know who Tamir Rice is. Most white people today, ask them who Emmett Till is. Ask them who. Oh, they know who Martin Luther King is. Yeah, that's the one person they know. And most of them will be threatened by a person like Malcolm X. But ask them who Trayvon is, who Tamir Rice is, who Ahmaud Arbery is. Ask them. Sandra Bland. Ask them. Most white people don't even fucking know. That's the God's truth. They don't even fucking know because they don't fucking care. So I challenge you, and write in the comments any experience you've had with white people in the past, good or positive, about conversations with race. Because go up to a white person and, a friend or a family member and just say, hey, don't you think black people deserve reparations? Watch the verbal gymnastics. Watch the, well, yes, or hell no, or, well, yes, but, all fucking day long. You talk about race, to a white person, it's, well, yes, but, for example, just simply make one statement like this. Say that, black people are not racist and not supremacists. White people are, however, but black and brown people are not. Indigenous people are not. Say that to a white person and see what happens when you say that white people are racist and white supremacists. Then tell them why. Because we're colonizers. Because racism is part of our culture. In order to colonize, as colonizers, we used racism to justify stealing, pillaging, raping, all that shit that we did. White men and white women. Pillaging, raping, colonizing, stealing, all that shit that we did. Lynching, all that shit that we do today as colonizers to black people and brown people and indigenous people. That incredible amount of apathy that we spew daily, that complacency racially of not caring about humanity of other people unless they happen to be white. That's why nobody knows those names. Ask your white friends who Emmett Till is. Ask your white friends who Tamir Rice is. Ask them. Tell me what they say. Have those conversations. I guarantee you most of them cannot have a simple conversation. And it's incredibly frustrating for me. So I want to challenge you guys. Write in the comments your experiences if you want to take the challenge. If you feel like it, I appreciate it. And I want to get this conversation started and see what happens. Thank you guys. I'm just kind of emotional right now. I don't understand. I was in line right now and there were these black people and they were saying the N-word out loud and it just bothered me. I don't know why. Why do black people get to say the N-word like that? Why? We can't say it, but y'all can say it. How's that right? How's that fair to me as a white man? I hear black people and brown people using the N-word all the time. That ain't right. I don't think black people should use that word. And of course, us white people shouldn't use it. But why do black people get to use it? How about this? How about you quit whining about what black people do and focus on what white people do? Yeah, maybe I am schizophrenic. But the truth is, white people have never analyzed their behavior because they're too busy pointing their finger at everybody else instead of looking in the fucking mirror. Look in the fucking racial mirror, why don't you, for a change? Why don't you ask yourself, why are white people so quiet when they witness atrocities? And why have we been doing this for 400 years? Why are we so fucking apathetic toward black people? Why do we live in the now about race? Why is the hardest thing for white people to talk honestly about is race? And why are people so fucking racist? Now, why is that? That's the questions you need to ask. Don't worry about what the fuck black people do. Worry about what the fuck we do as white people. If white people could learn to mind their own fucking business, but the real answer is, why do black people use the N-word? Because they earned that fucking right. After 400 years of bullshit and racism, they earned what the fuck right they want to say. Just like I call myself fat. I earned that right to say fat because I am fat. And I have went through all kinds of fat shaming and bigotry my whole goddamn life. So if I'm going to call myself fat, I can call myself fat. I'll take the word back and take power from the bigotry. All right? So look at fucking white behavior for a change. And I did that character to show you how ignorant white people are. I just saw a video with a white guy complaining the same fucking thing about black behavior. White people are so consumed with what all the other races are doing. What are black people doing? What are brown people doing? What are Asians doing? No, the question is, what are your people doing?
So this is all I got from this video. And yeah, he actually spoke And the truth is that they most times, not most times, all the time, do not see anything wrong with what they are doing. For them, they are on the right track and doing the great thing and all that, But the fact that they wake up, the truth is that the fact that they get up every day, they wake up every day to, like, checkmate some certain things about black people, it's something that tells me that they go to sleep every day thinking of black people, or they do not, like, not even for us, like, they are kind of obsessed and they cannot do without thinking about black people and all that. Because it is rare for me to come up to, like, see some black content creator, like, trying to find out what is going on in their community or what they are doing and all that. And another one is that I think another major problem these people are facing is that they do not want to take responsibility or take account. Like, accountability is something that is very hard for them. Instead of taking that account, they will push it straight up to someone else, and that really sucks. But I think that is just who they are. And like you all always say, when people show you who they are, do not doubt them. Just believe them and stop making excuses for them and the rest of it. So they really do not care. They take credit for everything, except their own right decision. And that is something they do not ever want to hear. They don't want to talk about. They do not want to hear it and all of that. And then when you want to talk about all this, they tell you that all these are in the past. Like, get over it. I mean, like, you were not even the ones that experienced it. And there is also something I found out about them. When it comes to anything that got to do with racial and all of that, if you want to have this conversation with them, they are totally dishonest about it, and that really sucks. I do not know how to explain it, but this is what it is. They do not want to talk about it, and they are not truthful. Even if they decide to talk about it, I want you to know that they will never ever be serious or be true. Like, they will not be serious with it. They are always untruthful when it comes to racial discussions and all that. They're very dishonest, And I think it's time they also start educating themselves. But the truth is that they really, because for some of them, before you have to talk about something, you first of all have to acknowledge that you have done something to this person and all that. And there is also need to fix what you have done. They do not believe in that. When you talk about reparation, it's like, no, don't say anything like that. Don't talk about it. They were not even the ones that experienced it. Why do I have to pay you this thing? Did I do anything wrong? Was it where am I my ancestors? When they forgot that they are also extension of their ancestors. And the fact that even the things that their ancestors, the world, most of them built and all that, they are still enjoying it to this very moment. But when you say anything about reparations, no, why do we have to pay reparations? I mean, that's all I got to say. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.